learn and meditate upon the precious Dharma.
Good evening, everyone. Okay, so we start simple meditation. Start. So yes, everybody, make sure your spine is very straight. Your body is relaxed but still firm. Your neck straight, and your chin down a little bit. And you drop on the past memories and your future worry, everything you drop, and make sure you are just present. Present also, you're not jumping everywhere, in the present, and just be aware of everything. And feel your body sensations more deeper as possible. If you're not 100% sure where you feel, then feel the breathing, the sensations from the nostrils. If your mind is calm and relaxed, then just continue, stay in that mode. But if you still agitated, then you have to count your breathing and focus on that only. If you see still your mind is jumping everywhere, then you just aware of that and nothing else. Do nothing, just aware of that. Aware your thoughts, if your thoughts can still. For some people, you can say mantras and silently, so you can focus on that too, if you need to. From now on, I'm going to talk 1 minute about meditation. You can continue meditate, or you can come out from the meditation slowly, bit by bit, up to you. First, we have to understand what means meditation. Meditation is a formalization for freedom, for rare freedom. How to be free. I learn how to be free, and formalization on that is meditation. That means free from emotions, thoughts, uncontrolling thoughts, uncontrolling emotions. Or you can say uncontrolling superficiality. Your own power of the mind, depending how much freedom you have. You are strengthening the mind depending on how much freedom you can have. Any kind of freedom you're seeking for, If the way is to learn how to get freedom bit by bit, every day, and then eventually you have complete freedom. When you have complete freedom, you have the complete power. Meditation have to understand this way. Our mind, we have to understand incredible, powerful, incredible quality of person temporarily trapped in the person, or you have no freedom. Then you slowly you learn how to be free, a little bit free from the present. Present means jail, if I'm pronouncing wrong. So then eventually you fully from jail, free from jail. Then slowly, all your authority, your power back. So you can use all your strength, finally. So think of that way. Inspire that way of understanding. So our mind is everything. The whole world we created from our mind. But you don't know, because it's such a long time. You don't distinguish in what is you created and the creator. The creation and creator, you didn't distinguish. So you learn the meditation and philosophy more deeper level, and then slowly you understand. Your mind is everything, so you don't have to search anywhere happiness, everything, all problems you can free from on your mind. So that's why we have to understand. So now slowly you can come out from the meditation bit by bit, not suddenly jump. So then we can discuss more the philosophy, opening our heart and meaningful connections. When we say opening our heart, first, before we open our heart, we have to understand who I am. What is me with the absolute level? Am I naturally good or bad? Am I naturally qualities or weakness? So the answer is our core nature is goodness, not the badness. The quality and not the weakness. We have to understand what is primordial of me and the temporary of me. So the primordial of us is the strength and qualities, not the weakness. Do we have a weakness? We have to accept, and we have plenty of weakness. This world is crazy, because this world majority of this world don't think that way. The world, normal people think I am not good enough. Already thinking I'm not good enough, so then you don't have confidence for anything. At the same time, we expecting no weakness anywhere, or maybe we just pretending. Either we expecting or pretending everything is going to be fine, and according to our desire, according to our attachment. We make a small world, and inside that small world we suffer ourselves, and we don't look a big vision, and we don't look any more deeper level. We just stuck and small. So that means not open the heart. Firstly, we are stuck and small. For this reason, we can't trust anybody, but still you have to pretend. That's the root of all problems. We have anxiety because of that. We have worries because of that. We have depression because of that. We have loneliness because of that. Okay, let me explain how. When we say opening heart, means there's few qualities or few aspects. Means honest, be honest, but also means be accepting. And be allow, be vulnerable. Everything is in quality of the open. So you accepting your own weakness, other people have weakness, and you open it, you allow have those things, and then you accepting, and you open means you be honest about that. You may think how that helps everything. This helps everything because when you are not be honest, means you live in a fake world. You not trust in each other. Even you are partner, even you are say life to dedicating together, still you not showing your vulnerability, you not showing your weakness, you not allowing each other that. So this create everything. All problems start from there. Because you doing this because you think the opposite way. You think if I show my own weakness, then create all problems. May have some problems, may be possible, but that problems, if you don't show you now, in future even bigger and worse. So why you don't want to show now? Because for a long time you have to worry about this, you hide this and all everything, and you living a fake life means is living a suffering life. But you show, not only showing that, I said the acceptance means you accepting the result, which means you accepting the reality. You accepting reality yourself, so then you show, and you accepting, you allowing the other people's weakness, you accepting. So that much more chance to go everything okay, better than, maybe not wonderful and excellent, but it's much better than the other way. So if you be honest and open and honest, accept all problems and everything, what is who you are and what is he is, she is, everything, you accept it. That is not of the end of the world and end of the life. Not finish it as your job. But you have good starting point. So your good starting point means now you have a chance to improve. So improve means also not forcing and not fake. But you have chance to real steps to take. So real steps to take means you easier to be kind each other. Easier to kind each other. Why? Because you know the reality. When you know the reality, yes, maybe there's a chance you don't like it, but also there is room you have at least sympathy, this person. Why? Because there is some similarities of you. So that case you understand even more. But even is not a similarity of you or opposite of you, still you have chance to feel sympathy. Because you know he or she will be honest to you and trust you to tell, show. So this sympathy could become more like empathy. So this empathy could turn more love. But at least you have sympathy. So sympathy means there is room to improve. Love and kindness from each other. Usually love and kindness arise difficult. Why? Because I said before, we look at small way. Do you know what it means, small way? Small means me. Me, we put number one. We put the center of the world. Everything is me, number one, mine, number two. You become a mine, then is number two. But if you not become mine, then is how can I use like toilet? Almost. Even if you're not mine, still we think how to use them. There's any way I can use them. You know, the fish in the river, ocean is not yours, but you try to make yours. Even you're not hungry, even you don't need food, but you make, you make play games. Use your little pleasure, your meditation. You know, fishing for fun is, I find that's the most silly thing we can do. You know, like a little bit your meditation, your peace mind, you use fishing. That means you gamble in others beings' life for your meditation, for your peace of mind, for your pleasure. We people hunting animals. Even if you don't need food, still you hunting because you have the pleasure to hunt. You kill other people, other sentient beings, you have the pleasure. So that means your pleasure is very little and very expensive. So very silly object we pay millions of dollars like that. Worse than that, of course, billion times worse. So that is extreme of me, means extreme small focus. So when I say big focus means me and everyone, everybody. Focus on everybody. If you cannot not think all sentient beings, you still want to kill fish, whatever you want to do, at least anybody contact you, anybody have, how do you say, anybody you can contact, anybody you work together, anybody you can speak, anybody you can talk. All these people, if you think, we try to think is equal as myself, important. If that case, your living partners, much easier. Much easier, the both sides thinking like this way, much easier. If it's our family, our kids, everybody think this way, oh, so much easier. That's, I'm talking about minimum level. But don't. Everybody focus in oneself is the important, and the others secondary. That's the root of the problem. So now when I say this, is philosophically absolutely makes sense, because others means trillions times better than you, bigger than you. The whole world. Nobody cares that the whole world is not important, I'm only important. Nobody can say that. Individually, even anybody say this, nobody agree with you. But at the same time, we're doing this. When I say we're doing this, we focus on this, means I'm talking about the mind, the problem, the attitude, how we naturally and habitually think. That's the problem. I'm talking about that. And everybody has that, at least a degree is different. But all this is a temporary problem, not innate yourself. Means deep down yourself is not like that. How do you know? Maybe you can think of, right? So let's say, if we think, okay, the whole world have suffered, you prefer, or the whole world happy, you prefer, is only your choice in your mind. Nobody probably wishing the whole world to suffer. Can you imagine anybody can think, anybody prefers the whole world to suffer, including yourself? Maybe the whole world to suffer, only you happy. Maybe, who knows, maybe some people say yes. Very minority people maybe think yes. But why this? This is only temporary problem. I mean, that person's mind, if someone has that kind of person, this weakness and this wrong view, this is temporary. But the majority, we can 100% sure everybody wish, not everybody suffer. So that is indication of innately the most deep down absolute ourself is not the weakness, is the quality. Okay? But temporarily we have this a small vision, and there is very big self-cherishing, me, and others just for mind, almost like mind. So yeah, so your thermos and you, which one important? Definitely me, no doubt. So similar of that, we have everything, for everything. So that's, we have to recognize that, and then we agree that, and we be honest about that, and then we also, more importantly, this is a temporary problem. So we not focus on this as much as we focus the other way. If we do this, then all our life, I wouldn't say 100% smooth, but thousands of times better than the other way. That's for sure. So that's why I say, when we say open in heart for everything, means when you start to be honest and open, then meaningful for connections means these love and kindness and compassion arises. Maybe more quickly rises, very so fast, and then the next day you're changing entire your life. Maybe not, but if you be mindful of this and slowly, step by step, learning, definitely change your life, change your world, change your what you see in the world. It don't change. Not what you used to think, not appears what you used to. So then much more chance, less depression, less loneliness, and less anxiety, worry, overwhelm, stress, everything. I'm not saying zero immediately becomes zero. Yes, for some individuals could be immediately become zero. But that's for kind of guarantee. But everybody definitely improve. No doubt. So when we are stressed or depressed, what do? You do many other things. The other things may be a temporary relief, but no guarantee, nothing. But this one, regardless fast transition or slow, but for guarantee for long-term benefits. So that's why we have to do. So to clarify this, how can we think equals everybody? How can I do that? I'm one person. I cannot serve everybody, the desire. You may think that. I have more responsibility, my family, my this and my this mine. Then I answer, yes, mine, yes, yours. But think of that temporary. Temporarily you do your duties, no problem. You don't have to serve everybody, you serve your family. You serve your whatever you have to temporarily. But just remember, temporary. Just temporary. Temporary means, that means I not serve until I'm die? Do you mean this? So nobody is forever serve anybody anyway. Nobody have duties for forever for anybody anyway. But whatever length you thinking, do you mean I not serve my kids until become 18? So I'm not talking about that. I'm saying you just be open. You just have to think anything possibility. You don't have fixed on. Right now, I cannot reject anybody, so I better to, serve the duties. Long term, who knows? Just be open. Everything. open the future, whatever happens, I will accept. Could be anything happen. Why? Why that's important? Because all our sufferings from attachment. Attachment means we are fixed on something, fixed on ideas, fixed on small visions, fixed on many things. Try to open. Be open. Anything could happen. Anything. Accepting anything. If you can imagine anything. Imagine the worst scenario. The most important to imagine the worst scenario and open for that, and not anxiety about that, and just open for that. If we do this, you less worry. Why? Because your most of worries you be fake, and then you worry in, oh, this is maybe come out, the true color come out. That's why you worry. The true color of others and true color yourself, everything come out. That's you worrying. You feel in anxiety because you extremely focus so small, and that's why there's no big room. You feeling depressed because your vision is so small, is very fixed on that, so things cannot go in there because too small. Too small, I understand? That's why you depress. Of course you depressed because you don't know anything else. You don't think in anything else. You just fixed on that small vision, and things not gone in that because too small. So that's why you depress. You are lonely because you not be honest to anybody. That's why nobody also honest with you. And you live in a fake world. Nobody's touching the reality. If nobody's touching the reality, of course nobody accepting that. There's no room accepting because already not touching there. So unfortunately, this world, this age, this century is like this, everybody. That means we have to create our own, whoever who understand this philosophy, whoever have a merit to make sense on the mind to this. These people, we have to start from us. We can't expect it from anybody else. We cannot expect in the world is tomorrow change. We have to start ourselves, and we have to understand we are the creator of the world. We can change the world. We have to think that way, not thinking and blaming the world. And the world is terrible, that's why I'm suffer. That is the wrong view. So many people think that way. Many people hate this world, hate everybody, because not things gone in what your way and your small vision. So you have to expand your vision, we have to expand our vision, and we have to make good role models to transcend the world in a better way. That's why we call golden age. So our region is golden age. Okay? Golden age. That means big, because we're not thinking, oh, world become better, hopefully world become better, no more earthquakes, no more bushfires, no more disease, and hopefully we are saved, this world, this disease. That's very small way of thinking. Instead, I will change the world. I will solve the problems. I start small, but then many people can understand. Then they follow. Only 10 people understand, and then 10 people can understand. Other 10, other 100 people. The 100 becomes 1,000, 1,000 becomes 100,000, 100,000 becomes a million, million becomes a trillion. We have to think that movements start from us. So that means we have the big vision, we have the long vision. We are not stuck on small. Also, you're not small anymore, you're thinking very big, your vision is big. Me means, my world means the vision, not the outside the world. So you are become creator, not you blaming everybody's suffer you. Instead, you are creator of happiness for everybody. No matter how small start. The big our bushfire house start small. From nowhere, I start a little fire and then everywhere. Bad and good, everything start small. So you just remember, start from me. I'm starting golden age. So that means you think in the golden age, you're not thinking, oh my, this problem, oh small, this one. Then you are not stuck another small. So when we have small problems, we have to think of opportunity. Oh, this appears obstacle, but could be opportunity. Why? Why opportunity? Because you fixed on already something, you try to doing this and you have obstacles. That means maybe you don't mean to be not doing this. That's why you come in your opportunity. Preventing this, your fixation. Maybe you think, what about golden age? We try to do golden age, then have so many problems. I have already have many, many, many problems. Entire my life. When I try to do it, there's so many obstacles everywhere. So then I learned slowly, I thought that big obstacle but wasn't. It eventually becomes opportunity. Many times happened. But whether happen or not happen doesn't matter. You think that way is much better. Because the big problem is our fixation. Anything we fixed on. We stuck there. We're not moving. So if we moved, we're not stuck there. You have to think, why I was stuck here? The worst thing, how can you think of your life? What happened? Or your family died, or your beloved ones killed by bushfire, burned everything, and you also, your part of body all burned. You're not seen anymore. Maybe your eyes can't see anymore. So, if we think that's absolutely negative way, you could die immediately. Immediately, you probably jump in the fire. oh, now I'm better to die because all my family, all my belongings, all my lost my part of body, everything. So I better to jump and fire, bushfire. Yeah, I better to die because short to suffer. So the answer is, how do you know short suffer? After that, after you burn, then you are maybe more suffer. But instead, thinking, oh, okay, this is meant to be happen. So my life should not be that way. Then I'm not working anymore. So then you have incredible time after that. You don't have to work because you are disability. Huh? You have disability, disability pension. Don't have to work, family, or this suffering all the time, problems all the time, and you suck in your life in there, all gone. So maybe you have incredible time to go deeper level of this burned disability of the body is not really me. I'm much better than this. You realize because you have time to focus. Before you didn't have time. You are stuck all the superficiality and the selfishness, every fixation, everything. You just, so you never had time. You never even open your heart. You never even allow anything. You are always in the share, not you. In the share. You always in the share. You are so, what do you call it? So offensive. No, offensive. Defensive. What do you call it? Huh? Defensive. Yes, you're so defensive. Everything you defend. You're overly defensive. And you're too busy to defensive. You're too busy in the shell, so you never even come out from the shell. You never experienced it without a shell. So this creates many, many problems. People's mind like this. If you are spiritually and philosophically and meditatively, if you go deeper level and you really go this deeper level, then the facilities, food and shelter and everything is important. But just to leave this world, all the luxuries already we have is obstacle. Obstacle is not facilitating you exploring your deeper level, deeper capacity, deeper strength. Not. It's obstacle. You may not understand this, but I give you simple example. For some years, we are Australians. We don't have. We are Australians have everything. Things other people don't have it. That for them is no chance to rise our selfish level of concerns. For instance, oh, I'm so sad because my pet is die. Huh? Oh, I'm so sad. Little things. And partners are fighting for very little things. Very little things. Oh, in the kitchen should be this way. In the bedroom should be this way. All these small fighting things, small problems. No chance for them. Why? Because they don't think they don't even see as a problem. So when we have self-cherishing focus, and then you have so many facilities, it becomes facilitating your self-cherishing. But when we don't have these things, you could be still selfish, but you don't have facilitating self-cherishing conditions. So then you have to rely with more other people, then you have more closeness. Then you have less loneliness. Then you have less depression, everything. But when we have everything, then we have chance for everything. Depression, anxiety, oh my God. Unbelievable, It's so strange, this world. So strange to be human being. To be human being. If it's animal, much simpler. Much simple. You just find food and like this few things and then that's it, done. To be human being is very complicated if you don't know how to do well. So, what do you think? Any questions? Please. Questions welcome. No, Yonu. No, do you know what is method? We just have to aware. I'm small. Others are big. The small of me, if you want to be happy, then you have to focus on big. That's all. And doesn't matter how much you can do, but you just focus. Don't stressing about what I can do. Not stressing about how much I can do. Only just be aware, I have to focus. Others, me, equal. When you do this, I'm not expecting everybody can do 100%. But as much as you can do, as much as the degree you can do, definitely are benefits of that. I'm not claiming I can do 100%. I'm not expecting anybody else do 100%. But just be aware and focus and be mindful. That's one thing. The second thing, not fixed on anything. You can have your goals, you can have enthusiastic determination, no problem. Whatever you like. But be prepared the worst scenario of everything. And not fixed on anything. Whatever happened, you say, okay, meant to be. It's meant to be. If you have faith on Buddha, or Buddha didn't let me happen, that must be meant to be, not happen. Better to not happen. That's why. If you have faith on God, you can think that way. Whoever you have faith on this, you can think that way. or whatever you have faith within yourself or universe or whatever, you just think that way. Or you don't have to think anybody else, just say, meant to be not happened. Better to not happened. Must be better. Who knows? That doesn't mean what you want, then you have obstacle, and then you think, okay, not be meant to be not happen this way, but maybe meant to be happen other way. Not only fix it on that, but you have to think of meant to be never happened. Better to never happened. Maybe that way. Any possibility. My relationship not work out, meant to be not work out. My goals, business goals, well, I not achieved, fell, or meant to be maybe fell. Who knows? My life could be much better without. Who knows?
We have a question online.
Yeah.
Is wondering, is there such a thing as a healthy level of defensiveness to be achieved via discriminative insight? So is there ever like a healthy level of defensiveness we should have based on some discriminating awareness or insight about situations?
Like protecting yourself.
Protecting yourself.
If you're using wisdom, does it make sense to protect yourself?
Yeah, when we say we should not have defensiveness, it doesn't mean you jumping on a fire. If it's fire come, you don't run away. You know, whatever happened, meant to be happen. Oh, okay, fire is there, but okay, meant to be happen, so I don't go away. Not like that. I'm not saying this. You know, we are human beings, so, we have to understand our limitation, how much we scared and what we hope and what we achieving, what if we think this is better, whatever. Of course you can do whatever you want, But just, I'm saying, not go extreme, not go in extreme and always thinking, is there other way? Is better to defensive or better to let happen? Which one better? You just look at the options. Meaning is look at the options, have open to options, not saying you never defend yourself.
It's also like not giving up, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can't
Yes, given
it's meant to be, so I give up.
Giving up different, Giving up different. Giving up, or you open to the options, or you giving up different.
If we getting at no expectations, is that what?
Huh?
No expectations when you have.
Yeah, less expectations as possible.
Better.
So I think his question is about, he further clarified, I think it's in relationships. If someone's overly critical, and you have is there an insight that may warrant like a division, on individual basis? Like
Simplify that.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah. Okay.
Individual basis, then?
Yeah, if someone's overly critical at you.
Yes,
Is
then you want defensive or not?
Yeah, yeah.
You're not defensive, you may be criticize back. Whatever you think your partner have bad qualities, you think of this and you're not angry, you raise voice, you discuss this and how we improve this. How we both sides improve. You don't have to defend to say, oh, I don't have that problem. You don't say that. Instead, okay, I don't see it. If you don't see it, I don't see it. But if you think yes, then must be yes. So I will try. But also, when I look at you have this. You may don't believe, you don't see it, but I see this. So what you can do? I mean, be honest. Be honest each other. Huh? So you can explain if I have this. Oh, I don't like this. Usually I say, oh, I don't like this. You are like this, so I don't like this. You don't like is not enough. You have to say, if you continue be like this, then this is the result. Do you want this result? Huh? You know, better to talk that way, not just say I don't like. Huh? But you have to tell what you don't like, why you don't like, what good explanations give me don't like, why so important. Yeah. Okay.
Can you talk more about if we accept the situation, an obstacle comes, and we just accept it, and how do we know when to keep trying? Like, it's very easy just to say, oh, it's come, it's not meant to be, I will not try anymore. Right? At what point do you think it's best to keep trying?
Yes, keep trying. Depend on what degree, like your obstacle is completely destroyed and there's no way I try, or there's just only small obstacles. Small obstacles. If it's only small obstacles, you still believe it. You still believe the goal. You still, that still is good, and you don't have any other way. Of course, you can try. You can keep trying. Of course, you keep trying. You should keep trying because you don't have any other way. Huh? But when I say you accept or meant to be not happen, nothing, and that means there's no way to try, then you just 100% accept.
When there's no option.
Yes, when there's no option, you can 100% accept. But when you have option, you can accept the obstacle, but you don't accept and not try. Again, of course you can do. You need balances, everything. When I say you accept it and not meant to be happen means when there is no other way, try. When I say not happen, try means maybe not your the primary goal. Still you have chance. But there's one particular way you doing that one, it completely destroy. Okay, that's not meant to be happened in that way. Maybe another way.
That's like you were saying, having a big vision.
Yes.
If it's big enough, then you can have little failures.
Oh yeah. Of course, if you have a big vision, you have to understand many small failures. Of course. Everything is impermanent, so very difficult to predict the end of everything 100%. Huh? But if we have a long vision enough, if you look back at your life, sometimes all your failures, you look back, then becomes a wasn't failure. Becomes, like, oh, if it didn't happen, then that happened. Maybe that wasn't so good. Better to happen that way. Many things like that. So that's why we shouldn't fix, and the future and the present. Because the past tells us it is not what you thought. It is not necessarily what you were fixed on that. You later on realize, okay. So even you say, let's say I failed the first relationship, and then I have second one is much worse, and then third one is even worse. But that's also you. Then if I stay, the first one is much better, but you don't really know better or not. Yes, the period of your time stay with that person, and then after you have two other experiences, compare that period. Yes, your experience is better the first one, but you don't know all the way is like that or something dramatic things happen, they die, whatever, incredible things, you don't know. Yeah. So maybe that's why you are meant to be happen the second relationship, third relationship, even you have a little bit relationship problem, but maybe a safe from your huge problem if you stay the first one, continue, or whatever, we don't know.
Can we get another question?
Yes.
How do you stay in the flow of balancing everything as the witness or to get involved? Just like stepping back and watching things, or
yes,
getting involved with them. How do you balance that?
How to balance? Because you, firstly, how much you learn the philosophy. First you read and you study, and how much you studied, and second, more importantly, how much you thought about, your familiarity. So when you have the knowledge and you have familiarity, then you naturally knows how to balance. You can't say there's one answer for everything. Oh, you balance this way. Depend on your knowledge and depend on your familiarization of the philosophy.
The more tools you have. Right?
Yes, more tools and more skills you have, then you know whatever work you have to do. Oh, this one do better that way. Oh, this option is better. So you know that way. How you familiar with in the deeper philosophy and deeper spiritual path. Everybody understand why meditation is important? We have to understand our mind have incredible potential. And normal ordinary people using the mind is very little portions. If there is 1 million layers, we use only 5 layers. So the superficial 5 layers doesn't allow to penetrate in any deeper level, basically. So strength means more deeper level. Bone is strong or skin is stronger. Muscle is stronger or bones is stronger. So similar that way, we have to, our deeper level, our mind have incredible quality and incredible strength. And the surface level, we know how much strength we have.
Okay, so we have another question. How can I have trust and honesty when I think someone neglects their responsibility towards others? I think this person's very weak and I have attachment, so then I get angry.
How I trust?
How can I trust and how can I have trust and honesty when I think someone neglects their responsibility towards others?
Neglect means I disregard, I don't care about my responsibilities.
You think they don't care about their responsibilities to other people.
Yeah.
So how can I trust and have honesty with them with somebody like that?
Yeah. So I'm not saying, you are trust all criminals and, you trust all bad person. You trust every level, you just give everything, it's not saying that. It's, most of our problems and relationship, everything is you're not trusting. You're not trying. Not everybody trusts each other. Not even you say trust, still not trusting. Even you not trust yourself. So that's why something we to learn. I'm pointing out there is big problem in the world. Something we learn. How there is anywhere we can trust that part, trust ourselves, trust our partner. I'm talking about like that. It's not talking about anybody, any terrible person you just trust and you put your head on their hands, even they crush you with a hammer or a knife or cut your neck or whatever. I'm not saying that. So those things, of course, we have to But what I'm saying is, this world, not trust in each other, because, how we, then this no trust, we have habit no trust in, and then we bring every level of our relationship. So that's why the problem. So that's why we build as much as possible trust relationship, So trust and relationship, we build in trust and relationship, you have to accept the limitations of other people's qualities. Many the flaws, or what do you call it? Flaws, yeah? Flaws, the weakness, you accept in that, you open that. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You're referring a lot to the mind. What mind is it that we're supposed to be using for this? Aren't we dropping our mind? Because these antidotes are for a person. So, how?
Drop in mind, drop in, in the past and future worry, and this is not the mind. Like everywhere worry, these were thoughts, repetitive thoughts. This is like mind is of ocean. This is like small bubbles on the ocean. This one, yes, we drop. Drop means, it doesn't mean you cannot think anything in the past, in any case, in any reason. Not saying that. But when you exercise in the mind, your meditation means you have to think of exercise. At that time, you drop these things. And we analyzing these philosophies, we using our mind. That's different. That time we focus in the analyzing. This some people call this analytical meditation. So do you mean that?
No, I'm meaning that when there isn't necessarily a person there, when something just comes of the moment, that when a situation happens and you respond to it in the moment, there isn't necessarily any thinking or anything, it just arrives.
Natural reaction.
Natural reaction.
Yes?
Yes, as opposed to a very analytical response that you're talking about here. And you're referring to the mind, and I'm just wondering about what mind this is, that's all. What mind that is.
The reaction is mind, you saying?
It's the mind that sees a problem.
Yeah.
That's the mind that he's talking about. He's talking
Yeah.
about the mind that there's obstacles arising to that mind, right?
No.
And in that case, then you have these strategies.
No.
But if you have no obstacle arising to you, there's nothing to worry about.
No.
Okay.
Well, you're doing good.
Are you struggling with the how to deal with the spontaneous reaction versus if you have time?
No, I was just curious. I wanted some clarity over which direction the episode is going on.
You got answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's simple.
Yeah, so natural reaction. I think natural reaction, you have two types, right? One is more intuition and deep level, so sometimes the natural reaction is right. But sometimes the natural reaction, because you have very strong habit for bad habit, that natural reaction too. So that one is not right. Yeah.
And if you can be aware of that, then you can work with it.
Yes. If you are aware of this, then then you have natural reaction. But then you think back and okay, not right. You stop that. But sometimes intuition level, good reaction, then you just follow that.
So
And then you think more and make more messy.
Exactly.
it's possible to become familiar with accepting, yeah? Like, if you get so good at just accepting what's happening, then nothing really bothers you so much because it just comes, you accept.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yes.
No problem, right?
Yes. Hmm? You want to finish by meditation? Okay, this time is no instruction. You don't need instruction, you already know. And we meditate 2 minutes. So everybody knows your body is comfortable as possible, balanced of the not too relaxed like sitting on the couch, but not too tight and tense in the muscles. You just firm like butter. Butter is soft but still firm. And meditation depends what level you are. You already know meditation. I not given instructions only for if any beginners. Then you just drop the thoughts and focusing on the sensations and the breathing, normal natural breathing. If thoughts arise, you allow them, just aware, and then naturally dissolves. Okay, you have dedication? Yeah.
The merit of this practice connect with the merit of all enlightened beings and lead to universal benefit and well-being. May all beings, including myself, be free from the extremes of eternalism and nihilism. May all beings, including myself, be free from the extremes of sensory indulgence, ego craving, and extreme asceticism. May I be free from craving, attachment, and fixation. May I discover the wealth of inner contentment. May disciplined ethical conduct be born within me and develop further without decreasing. May great concentration be born within me and develop further without decreasing. May supreme compassion be born within me and develop further without decreasing. May the divine truth of enlightenment be born within me and develop further without decreasing. May the precious Dharma be respected and remain in this world, the supreme cure for suffering and source of all happiness. May the authentic Dharma holders have long life and flourish throughout the universe. May all practitioners and Dharma supporters continue to be generous, attain great prosperity, and fulfill all their wishes. In the land encircled by snow mountains, you are the source of all happiness and joy. Your Holiness the Dalai Lama, may your life be long, and may your visions of world peace be accomplished. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good start of the year.